Here's how to make a TikTok Live meme radio for free. Simply put, the viewer sends a certain gift and a video plays on the screen. All you need for this is a computer. Having Live Studio access or a stream key can help, but it's not required. So let's start by making a free TikFinity account. I've linked TikFinity in the description. Just click on Setup on the left and then click Register here. And at the bottom here, click Sign Up, or if you're already signed up, just log in. Make sure your TikTok username is entered in this box here, and then we'll come back to TikFinity shortly. Making a meme radio is a 4-step process, and we'll start by choosing our videos and deciding which gift to trigger them. I suggest making a list of the gifts and the videos in something like Notepad or Discord. TikFinity will let you play up to 10 videos completely free. Make sure you have permission to use every video, and make sure that it doesn't violate the TikTok terms of service. With a quick Google search, you can find websites like Blipsy where you can download meme videos, and TikFinity can also play YouTube videos, so you could make a list of those or a mix of both. If you need help deciding which gifts will trigger the videos, then let's head back to TikFinity here, and we'll click on Actions and Events on the left. Then I'm just going to click Create New Event, click on Sending a Specific Gift, and on this drop down here, you can choose which gift will trigger the video to play. Don't forget that if you divide these coin numbers by 2, this is the amount of US cents that you'll get from that gift. You don't actually need to save anything on this page yet, so just close out of it once you've chosen all your gifts. So once you've got your gifts and your video files or your YouTube links, it's now time to add them into TikFinity. So head back to TikFinity, make sure you're on this Actions and Events page on the left, and then just click on Create New Action here, and we're going to add every new video as an action. So for my first one, I'll call mine Trump Video. You either click Play Video File and upload it if you had a video file, or for me, it's a YouTube video, so I'll click Play YouTube Video, and I'll copy in the correct YouTube link, which I saved earlier, and simply paste it in the box. I'm then going to scroll down, and the duration is the length of the video plus 1 second, just so it doesn't get cut off. My video is only 4 seconds, so I'll set this one to 5. We're going to scroll down even further. You can leave all these 3 options the same here, and you could ignore this one here. But I'm going to disable the fade out. And I'm also going to enable this one here. So for example, if somebody sends 2 of the same gift, it will play the video twice. Once you've done that, just hit save. And now we need to repeat that process for every single video. So you go ahead and do that. For me, I'm just going to time travel. Now that's done, let's move down to the event section here. Make a new event here and click on Sending a Specific Gift. Then just find your gift from the list here, and then on the option below, find the video that matches the gift. For me, it's the Trump video. Leave the bottom one blank, and then just hit save. Then just repeat that process for every single video. So once again, I'm going to time travel. Now that's done, we need to save all of these gift icons here. So that's pretty simple. Just right click, select Save As, and then choose the correct folder you want to save it in. We'll use these saved gift icons in the next step. So that's TikFinity set up for now, but we will come back to it later. Now that TikFinity is set up, let's move to graphics. We need to make a graphic like this to show the user which gift to send and which video the gift will play. Now you could make this graphic in something like Photoshop, but I'm just going to make it directly inside OBS. And I've linked OBS in the description if you need it, and you should follow these steps even if you're just going to stream from your phone cameras. Just briefly, if you are going to stream from TikTok Live Studio instead, the steps are very similar. We're going to be adding images, just add source on the left and click on image and add text here if you need text as well. You'll probably want portrait mode too, so just click on landscape scenes at the top and change it to portrait mode here. But let's head back to OBS and let's start by setting the dimensions correctly. So click on settings in the bottom right corner, click on video here, and make sure you've got what I've got, which is 1080 x 1920 on the canvas and the scaled resolution. Once you've done that, we need to add a background. So if you press the plus button against the sources here, if you want a solid color background, then you just use a color source here. I'll press OK here, and you just choose your color from the list. For example, here's a red background. We want to change the dimensions to 1080 by 1920. I'll press OK, and just like that, I've got a solid red background. If you want something a little more complex, you just need to use an image. So go ahead and download yourself one from the internet. Make sure you have permission to use it. Then just click the plus button against the sources again. Click on image. I'll call mine background image here. Press OK, and find where you've saved the image. So here's my image here. I'll just click on it, press OK, and obviously I'll need to resize it and move it around to fit the screen dimensions. Now it's time to choose which part of the screen that your videos will play on. Most people choose the top of the screen here. Let's add some text in this area that appears when the videos aren't playing. So I'll press the plus down here again and we'll simply add some text. I'll call this Pick Your Video. Press OK. Now add whatever text and whatever font you want. So I'll just type something like send a gift below and the video will play. Of course, this is all on one line, so I'm going to press the enter key a few times to spread it out a little bit, something like that. And I'm also going to scroll down a bit and change the alignment to center so it looks a bit better. Press OK, and I can resize it as much as I want. I'm going to make it pretty small just to make sure that it's hidden behind the video when the videos are playing. And of course, we also want to center it, so I could just drag it something like this. But even better, I can right click, select transform down here, and click on center horizontally. So as you can see from the dimensions, it's perfectly centered. So now of course we need to show the viewers which videos they can play and which gifts to send. So let's add a picture that represents each video, and let's add the gift icons that we downloaded earlier. So just briefly, if you need to take any screenshots of your videos, you can try using the Windows snipping tool here, which is a useful feature to take screenshots. I've already got all my pictures ready here in this folder. So now we need to add each picture into OBS along with the gift icon. So we're just going to add even more image sources here. I'll click the plus button, click on image, and I'll call this first one Trump image. Press OK, and I'll click browse to find my image here. Click on the image and just press OK. Now briefly before we touch this image, you can see this blue box here. So I'm just going to make sure once I've got everything perfectly in place, I'm just going to lock it using the lock icons here. So now I can just move this image without worrying about moving other images around. Now here's a few quick OBS tips. So for example, I want mine to be square rather than rectangular. So you just hold the Alt key on your keyboard and then you can drag to crop it. And I've just briefly messed around with that, and as you can see, it looks a bit more square now. If you want to zoom in on your OBS, just right click OBS, click on preview scaling, click on canvas instead. Then to move around, you hold the spacebar and drag up and down. And now you can see everything in more detail. So let me just resize this to make it a little bit less than half the size of the screen, something like that. Obviously, I'll make sure it's below the text here where the video is going to be playing. And now I need to add in the gift image as well. So I'll press the plus button at the bottom, add another image. In fact, I've already added my train image earlier on. So I'll just pick it off my big list of images here. There's the train gift. And it goes in the top left corner, but I'll hold spacebar to get back to it. Drag it down into place. And I'm going to place it at the bottom in the middle here. So the viewers can now see which video is going to play and which gift they have to send. Finally, I'm going to group these two together. So I'm just going to drag over both of them here. You can see they're now both selected down here. All I've got to do is right click, click on group selected items. Just give it any name you want. Press these lock icons here. Leave this one unlocked. And as you can see, I can now move them both around instead of only being able to move one image at a time. I'll just briefly click on preview scaling again. And now I've zoomed back out. I've only got 6 videos, so I can see there's plenty of space to put 6 different images here. So go ahead and repeat that step for all your images and your gifts. But here's one I made earlier. Now, of course, you have one final OBS source missing, and that's the actual videos that will play after sending the gifts. To add this in, let's head back to TikFinity. We'll click on Overlay Gallery on the left side, then click on My Actions. Then we just need to copy this link here, and now we'll head back into OBS here and add it down here as a browser source. You want to call it something like TikFinity Screen 1. Press OK, paste in the link here. The dimensions might be different depending on which videos you're using, but typically it's a 16:9 ratio. So I'm going to use 480p, which is 852 by 480. Just press OK, and as you can see from the red outline here, those dimensions fit nicely at the top of the screen. Once again, feel free to resize if you need to, and don't forget to right click, transform, and center horizontally, so now it's perfectly centered in the middle of the screen. If you're using Live Studio instead, click Add Source and add it as a link instead. And once again, I suggest a custom resolution, which is a 16:9 ratio. Now let's test that this is all working correctly, so head back to TikFinity. Make sure you're on this Actions and Events page here, and to test that it works, simply press the play button here next to one of your videos.
No, get those lights off! Off!
Just briefly, the YouTube video player can be a little bit unreliable, so just download the video instead if you're struggling with the YouTube one. So that's everything set up. Now you just need to go live. Don't forget that you need the TikFinity website open while you're live. And if it's not working, then usually just refresh the TikFinity website and it should start working again. If you don't have Live Studio access or you don't have a stream key, then all you need to do is point your phone camera at OBS, and of course make sure your phone mic is picking up the sound from your computer. If you'd like me to make a meme radio for you, then check out my Fiverr page here, where I can make you a custom radio from start to finish. Consider subscribing if you found this useful, join the free Discord which is linked in the description, and thanks for watching.